It's in the game.
Well, Tyler won. That's a big win for Tyler. 31-24 over the USC Trojans. A big ol' win. Might shake up the national title picture too just a little bit. I don't know how many losses USC had, actually. Missouri signed a 3-star named M. Smith. Something for them there, Tigers. If they had 2 losses, it does not shake it up as much as Okay. Okay, we got some upgrades. 3 coaches getting upgrades. Teddy Byers. Will Byers' brother from Stranger Things. Plays strong safety. Alright, now let's go. Let's check the PDK. This. A lot of short touchdowns. UCLA scored the go-ahead touchdown with 58 seconds. Look at that. Total yardage, 4 yards off. Rushing yards, 1 yard off. Passing yards, 3 yards off. 5 for 12 versus 6 for 12. They both went 1 for 1 on 4th down. They both were 100% in the red zone, except USC had a field goal compared to 4 for 4. Oh man, what an even game. Both teams had 11 penalties. The Foyable. 18 for 23, 182, 1 touchdown. 17 for 108, 14 for 72, both good days at the office. 6 catches, 94 yards. Duncan had a touchdown. Tackles for loss for him, 2 tackles for loss for him. Beautiful. They made a 53-yard field goal, which is hell impressive. Also averaged 50 yards a punt. Great special team. Averaged 42 yards a return. Huge win for UCLA. Alright, well, let's see how the rest of you did. Oh, Florida International 35. Marshall 28. FIU moves to 1 win away from bowl eligibility. And this is the vaunted Marshall team. I believe clobbered NC State earlier this season. FIU ran the piss out of the ball. 50 rushes, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns. Wow. 9 for 14 in the third is great. Marshall only had 16 completions, but had 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Not bad. They had 2 turnovers though. Marshall played both other quarterbacks. So did this team. 4 quarterbacks in the game, guys. For those of you who love multi-quarterback action, the game for you. And if you didn't, then probably weren't super. I'm assuming this is the. You would think this is the starter. I don't know. Sometimes you can't really why they brought guys in if there was an injury or whatnot. But 8 for 15, 122, pick, touchdown. This guy completed half his passes. So, did he? Oh, 260. I thought I said 160. 28 for 261 and 3. That's good. And he had a long of 72. 94 yards after contact. Had a ton through the air. Blaine had a nice long catch. A couple of 4-baggers on the pancake line. 4 tackles for loss from Dick Powers. Didn't even have to kick a field goal, but he did make the extra points. This guy, averaging 20 yards a kick return, not great. SMU absolutely itch slaps Houston, 44-14. SMU had a pick six that they returned 35 yards. Walton threw a touchdown. Latimer threw a touchdown. I don't know why I struggled. Latimer threw another touchdown. And then G. Cooper, maybe the backup, threw a touchdown as well. Alright, SMU doubled them up on total yardage. That's the difference. Houston, 11 of 32, 89 yards and a pick. SMU, 22 of 30, 339, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's all the analysis you need there. Both of them played well. Cooper was effective in limited snaps. Latimer was effective in his snaps. I just want to go peek over at this. Look at this though. 11 to 32, 89 yards. Yikes. Here is this. 6.9 yards per carry. Latimer had an 11-yard run. Still only averaged up 3 yards total. Sutherland, 4 for 137. Woo. Walton had 1 for a touchdown. Johnson had 3 for a touchdown. Jennings had 4. Spread the pancakes around. We had 4 tackles for loss from Hartman. Perfect from the field on kicks of the extra point variety and also of the goal variety. 44 yards a punt. And then we have, look at this. Oh, well, Washington's 2-9. But anyway, Oregon, nice little win there over Washington. Nice little win over Washington. It looks like it was a tight one. Oh, look at this. Look at this spicy meatball. A fumble return for a touchdown. Wow. They were tied going into the fourth quarter, and Oregon just shut them out at 13-0. They were down, and then that includes, so they scored the last 16 points of the game. Ended up winning by 30. Washington had more total yards, but they turned it over 3 times. And Oregon didn't turn it over once. That will win you a football game. They threw more than they ran. 2 of 11 on third down is tough. Washington only got in the red zone once and didn't get anything out of it. Is rough. Oregon got into the red zone 4 times, only scored 1 touchdown in there. So neither of these teams were executing. 14 of 30. Alright, I mean, Spicer looked good. Sean Spicer went 13 of 23, 175, 2 touchdowns, 6 of 15 for 99 yards. It's iffy. I mean, not a lot of carries to go around, so nobody had that impressive rushing game. 5 for 128 for Frank. 3 total pancakes, which is low. And 3 total sacks. That's not a good. The pancake to sack ratio, you want it to be better than that. This guy had a pick. And this guy had a pick. And somebody recovered a fumble. I don't feel like finding it. Another good kicking performance. 3 for 3 on FGAs and FGMs. 4 XPAs and also 4 XPMs. That's what you want. You want those numbers to line up. Punting was like, meh. We looked at this, and it doesn't matter who we looked at. Oh, look at this. A dominating performance over a crappy Illinois team. Offense has been struggling recently, and it continues to. Defense obviously seems like it played well. So, For some reason, once again, both my quarterbacks just played during the game. Each of them threw a touchdown pass. I don't know if he keeps getting injured or whatnot. Something weird. Yeah, I mean, we outgained them pretty solidly. I would be happy with 449 yards of total offense, obviously. 41 rushes for 213 yards. I mean, 20 for 27 passing as well. No picks. That's a pretty good passing day. Both teams struggled on third down. Neither team was perfect in the red zone. Both teams had one turnover. I mean, I had a pretty significant tail advantage. West was 8 for 10 for 110 yards. He's the starter. So I guess you would think injury then, maybe? Like, no need to pull him if he's playing so well. And Ward came in and did fine. Anderson had 17 for a $119 and a tutty. Taylor had 12 for 72. Ward had 6 for -6. West had 4 for 11. Romero, leading receiver. Sorry, wait. False alarm. No, I was right. 5. Look at that. Exciting day for the line here, though. So we gave up 6 sacks, which is bad. Very bad. Washington had 5 pancakes, but gave up 2 sacks. And McNeil gave up 3 sacks. Fuck. We had 3 TFLs for Mayfield, including half a sack. This guy forced a fumble. And this would explain some of the low scoring as well. Missed 2 field goals. From where, might you ask? Oh, 17 to 29 yards. And 40 to 49 yards. That's not good. And we have a different guy. I guess we have the punter handling kickoffs. He averaged 38 yards a punt, which is, you know, me. Alright. We've got now number 5 Alabama. They're creeping up. They're not quite in there. They still need some help, but they're creeping up in that BCS rankings. The loss of, I mean, Tyler's win over 6th ranked USC helps them move up a little bit. Anyway, what did they do? They had some touchdown passes and things. They passed it. Look at that rushing attack. 33 rushes for 71 yards and no touchdowns. That is interesting on several levels, honestly. And the passing yards weren't even that high either. I mean, Texas A&M's offense got absolutely fucking shut down. 300 total yards? I mean, man. And 3 I mean, so this was a defensive battle for sure. Not a lot of offense on either side here. Not a great day for Lewis. I mean, even for Quinn, who's a Heisman candidate, he's been tearing it up. 17 to 35 for 235. Less than half of his passes completed. He did have 3 touchdowns, but also threw a pick. Like 5 sacks. I don't think this is going to be one of the stat lines that Sims is posting in the group chat when nobody asks for it. So if somebody else wants to go on and post this in the group chat, feel free, because I have a feeling this will not be one of the times that Sims forces his QB stat line down our throats. Oh, they have the number 2 pass defense? That does make sense then. Is the rush defense good too? Because like, look at so this is the key. So you ran a lot with Quinn, 21 attempts for 32. So you only get your non-quarterbacks had 12 rushing attempts. Well, they bottled them up. You only had 1 yard. You only had 4 yards after contact total. Baker had 2 touchdowns. Haynes had a touchdown. Britain gave up 3 sacks. 6 TFLs from Leonard. Jennings had a pick. He made both of his field goals, but they're both within 26 yards, so you would hope to make both. Didn't miss an extra point. 333 yards worth of punts. That's a lot of punts. But he averaged 40 yards a punt on that many attempts is solid. Oh, Anton falls in overtime again. Oh man, you guys, you just hate to see it. You just hate to see it. They went up 14-0 early. Everything's looking great. Oh wait, make that. They were up 21-3 with 2.5 minutes left until halftime. They let Pitt drive down, score a touchdown. It's 28-10. Oh wait, it's 21-10. It's 28-10 at the start of the fourth quarter. Look at that fourth quarter, guys. Getting outscored 25-7 in the fourth quarter. Duke even came down, scored again, take the lead back, and then Pitt tied it up with a field goal. So in overtime, Pitt scored first, and then Duke answered, and then Duke had to settle for a field goal, and Pitt scored again. That's gotta hurt, honestly. When you're 1-10, 0-8 in conference, and you have an 18-point lead going in the fourth quarter, you gotta hold it. Is really the gist of it. I mean, also, look at these statistics. Holy crap. 54 rushes for 254 yards. I mean, Pitt was more successful through the air and on the ground. Had more first downs. They went for 2 once and got it. That's fun. They didn't come up empty in the red zone at all. They had 2 trips like that. Pitt did turn it over one more time, but it seems like Pitt kind of had a pretty solid numerical advantage in this game. They needed a miracle to pull it out, though. So, Roach, 18-37, 208, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, I mean, 20 for 78, he averaged under 4 a carry, which is pretty rare in this game, I feel like. Yeah, I know, Anton. How many overtime games is that for you now? At least 2 or 3, right? 7 for 85, 6 for 88. Did you see? Wait, Anton, did you see the earlier part of my review of your game? Did you see that how the scoring went down? He had 11 tackles, a couple guys with sacks. Daniels had a pick. Made his only field goal attempt. Like another good punting performance. Yeah, Anton, you had an 18-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and you blew it. I don't know if you were there for that, but yeah, you were up 20. They outscored you 25-7 in the fourth quarter. NC State 38, the University of Louisville 31. Louisville had some exciting scores here. They had a 50-yard pass touchdown. They had a 64-yard pick six. Wow. So Louisville scores to go up 7. And then NC State scores 2 short D. Floyd runs, tie, and then take the lead back. Strong fourth quarter from them. Duke could take some lessons on closing a game in the fourth quarter from these guys, I think. 461 to 300. 60. Holy, that's as many rushes as I have seen in a long time. 68 rushing attempts. How many? Okay, so if you do this math here, it looks like Louisville ran 44 plays because they had 22 rushes and 22 passing attempts. NC State ran 87 plays. They ran more than twice the amount of plays as them. Does that bear out the time of possession? Yes, it does. Check out that TOP. They had so many freaking plays. That is crazy. And that, going 10 to 13 and 1-on-1 on 4th and 3rd down helps with that. You gotta convert 3rd downs to keep the drive alive. Wow. I mean, so they only threw it 19 times, but their QB got picked off 3 times of those 19. Would maybe explain why they were so excited about pounding the goddamn rock. 25 carries for this guy. Look at these 2 motherfuckers. 25 for 131 and 2, 21 for 140 and a touch. Another 16 for 69 from Davis. Nothing going on here worth talking about. 6 pancakes for Quinn. That's offensive lineman performance of the week so far. This guy had a half sack. This guy forced 2 fumbles, so that's good. Didn't somebody else on a different team have some guy named Britain as well? Yeah, Sims, I'll show you guys that. Made a field goal, punted. Whoa! Look at that! First of all, they punted once all game. And second of all, it went for 78 yards. And it was downed inside the 20? What? That's insane. How do you allow this to happen? 78-yard punt, down inside the 20. That's punt of the year. Oh, and Brandon falls again. Winless as a head coach. They go down to Florida 35-21. I mean, Florida boomed them. They had 30. Oh my God. They ran it 50 times for 277 yards. That's successful. They passed it 13 times, completed 4 of those for 33 yards. That is not successful. You're gonna have to be able to throw the ball more than that if you want to have any chance of winning an SEC game. Because that's rough. I mean, that's what NC State tried to do, but they did a better job. They completed some passes at least. Does he have a bad quarterback? Is that what we're gonna find out about? 3 for 10 for 28 yards, 2 touches and a pick. Completed about 30% of their passes in general. 25 attempts for 157. I mean, Burke had a good game. Duncan almost ran for 6 a carry. But it don't matter when you're throwing for 33 total yards. The legit receiver had 2 catches. Both of them got a touchdown though, so that's fun, right? That's fun. 6 pancakes, which was as good as the last guy, but he gave up a sack. So that lineman on NC State still in the lead for lineman of the week. This guy had 4 TFLs, including 2 sacks. This guy over here, check this out. 1 tackle. Kendall Marshall. 1 tackle and a deflection. Don't sleep on the deflection. Alright, boring. Below average. Not bad. Terrible. Alright, let's go to week 14 quick. We've got Washington State visiting the recently bowl eligible UCLA Bruins. We've got the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe as Minnesota visits Wisconsin. We got NC State at Wake Forest, which is a rivalry game. Of course, because they're both in North Carolina. And then we've got this absolute barn burner, thigh rubber, whatever you want to call it. Definitely game of the week. Bama versus Auburn. Kirby's picking Bama. That is interesting. He's picking against the #1 team in the nation. Playing at home. Ball State versus Navy. Now this is a fucking good game too, honestly. Damn. Ball State has the talent advantage. This will be a good matchup. Both of these defenses are used to playing against the triple option in practice. So will the defenses be able to adjust and prepare better for the triple option offense since they see it so much? Possibly. Duke at North Carolina. Another big rivalry game. UNC 7-4. Duke is 1-10. Duke has a -6 turnover differential. And will Missouri get their first win under Coach Brando against TAMU? Probably not. Look at these. Oh my God, dude, I've never seen such big numbers in my life. The number 100 in PPG, number 101 in total offense, number 117 in pass offense, number 109 in run total defense, number 121 in pass defense. That's bad. That's bad. In the battle of the Florida somethings, we have two teams that are both football teams playing each other. Bad idea. Ooh, and then we got Texas at SMU. SMU's quietly had a good season. They did lose to the Gophers in week 1, but that was to be expected if we're being honest. But they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Oh yeah, we also have everybody plays this week. First time in a while. Oregon versus Oregon State. One of these schools is the good school at football in Oregon, and the other one has a duck mascot. Oregon State is a beast. Tyler really built them into something there. Averaging 42 a game, number 2 rush offense, number 2 total offense. The rush offense is so good that they have the 107 pass offense and still have a top 6 offense. But the ratings are even there, so you never know with the ratings and whatnot. You know how the ratings are. Let's check up on this quick. Let's see who we're looking. Fuck these polls. Let's get right to the computer stuff. Auburn, Utah, and Fresno all cruised this week. But Auburn obviously plays Bama, tough matchup. Utah plays 15th ranked Colorado, not an easy matchup. Fresno State plays Hawaii. Who knows anything about Hawaii in general? Nebraska, Alabama's 5th. They're behind one-loss Nebraska, who beat Northwestern last week. And they play, but Nebraska plays number 19 Iowa. A lot of big, there's gonna be a lot of shuffling around here at the top. Ball State's at 8. So they do play the number 12 team in the country this week. They would need a lot of chaos to have a shot. They're behind 2-loss Clemson. We keep going, we going. We get 15th ranked SMU shooting up the polls. Minnesota jumped 3 spots for their impressive-ish? No, let's be honest, it wasn't impressive. Win over Illinois, that's fine, I'll take it. And that's it. There's not going to be more info on this poll, but let's just go to the coaches. Anybody else receiving some VWATs? UCLA, 48. Nice. Let's check this, guys. Let's check the Should we check it? Whatever. Let's fucking check it. I don't give a shit. Let's fucking check it. Pac-12 South. Oregon, obviously. Pac-12 North. Oregon State. Ooh, are we gonna have... Wait, sorry. I said Oregon. I meant Utah. That's on me. Oregon State, Utah in the Pac-12. Locked in. The SEC East is... Kentucky's to lose? Georgia's the only team that can catch them. We'll see how that happens. The SEC West. This game this week is for the title. NC State beat Clemson. Correct? So if NC State wins this next week, their last game, they win the ACC Atlantic. And look at this Virginia team, 10-1. Like Virginia Tech this week for the what a chaos! Oh my god! Check that out, dude. 2 10-1 teams playing each other for the division, and it's Tech. That's spicy. And Duke is 0-5 in the division. The American doesn't have a conference championship game. That's hilarious. Well, that's one less game for Dan to be tripped up on possibly, but it's also one last opportunity for Dan to get a win that could maybe bump him with the ratings a little bit. So, Dan's clinched the conference then. He wins the conference. Oh wait, guys, it just turns out I'm a fucking retard, so there is one. There are divisions. What's the point of having the full thing then? Can somebody just crop that last 30 seconds out? So embarrassing. I might delete my fucking YouTube channel after that. Anyway, well, he's fucking clinched that side. UCF as well is around. Alright, let's see. The Big 12 North. Nope. Here we go. SMU's a game back of Baylor. Big 10 East. I guess that Michigan State loss I had earlier wasn't as bad because they turned out to be pretty solid. Ohio State's struggling this year with their 99 overall team. Michigan's struggling this year with their 99 overall team. Wow, interesting. Indiana is garbage. And in the Big 10 West, Nebraska has swept through the conference without losing a game. Is there anybody else? Florida International is not going to win their stuff. That's all of us, right? Alright. I spent enough time on that shit. Alright, we'll do Heisman quick, and then we'll do recruiting quick. That's it. Joe Thomas lost a lot of weight, plays running back now. And that's fair. I mean, he didn't have a good game. He drops 2 spots in the polls. He's going to have to come back with a big game versus Auburn to take back the top spot. Let's check these ratings, then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Alright, NC State sitting at number 1 overall. Minnesota and Bama trailing close behind. Ball State 5, UCLA 8, SMU at 17. Missouri at 42. FIU at 65, Duke at 73, Oregon, what are you doing, Salim? At 9-7. Did I just see Iowa? Iowa at 110. That's good. I'd love to see that. And then Arkansas at 124. Alright, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else exciting or helpful to see. Oh, we can check out let's just check out bowl projections. This will be the last thing. Wake Forest versus Oregon in the Belk. Tulane versus NC State in the Russell Athletic. UCLA versus North Carolina in the Sun Bowl. Georgia versus Minnesota in the Outback. Nebraska versus Alabama in the Rose Bowl. Virginia Ball State in the Orange Bowl. That'd be good. Spicy. Mississippi State versus SMU in the Cotton. And right now the Natty is Utah versus Auburn. Wow, interesting. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. I will see you guys next time.